This video is to demonstrate my sculpt work with the minimates in making my Star Wars customs. Here you see a Yoda sculpt, and he's actually quite short compared to the other figures. He's got his Yoda ears, a little cane. He's even got a little lightsaber in there. You can see a little green handle there. Most of these figures are pre-paint. These first 4 figures do have some slight paint jobs done on them, but they are far from complete. Let's see his little feet there. You can take off his jacket, including his little arm pieces there. Got a custom stand for him, because his feet are actually too shallow to peg onto a normal stand. Here I've got Leia, and I've done some bun sculpts on her hair there. It's got some paint touch to it on the hair. The face, you can see there. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know. Slave Leia. You can see I've got a ponytail sculpted in there. And all this plastic is from Minimates. Basic Pinewood Derby rules. Nothing from out of box. You supply your own tools, glue, and paint, basically. Here we have Chewbacca. And you can see Chewbacca is actually quite tall in height. Quite a good scale there for the characters. And Chewbacca has his bowcaster. His little pack there. He's got some paint on him. And those are the 4 characters that have paint on them. The rest are still completely pre-paint. Can't show off Chewbacca without showing off Han Solo right next to him. You see my little Han Solo there. He only needs minor touch-ups on his paint job, actually. The majority of what he's got's pretty decent. His face there. And we move on to Luke Skywalker, who's not bad looking. This is his all black robot hand. He's got his lightsaber, his little belt and everything. And then we go up to Luke Skywalker in his flight suit. Now right now he's set up for attacking the AT-AT. He's got his lightsaber. He's got a little grenade in his hand. His little belt is able to hold his grenade at the same time it's able to hold his gun, his little Gatling gun there. He's got a little Gatling gun. And if you take off the Gatling gun, then you could pretend he's doing the Death Star run. See the helmet all sculpted out there. Take the helmet off. Some minor paint touch-ups are still needed. He's got his little G-force control tube there going to his control panel. He's got his extra little straps going on there. He's got a lot of little details to this one. Took a lot of sculpt work on his vest, his helmet. Took a lot of sculpt work. You can see by all the clear pieces and little pieces added. Once again, all plastic is from Minimate plastic. Nothing outside the box. Go over here to Admiral Akbar, one of my favorite characters personally, and also quite tall. Shoulder-wise, he's relatively the same height, but his head sculpt makes him quite tall. About as tall as the Wookiee, which is pretty close. It's not bad. Go over here to R2-D2 and C-3PO. Now C-3PO, you're gonna have to use a little imagination because he still needs a lot of paint. You see I got a silver leg going on there. Got mostly brown or orange or gold for the backing, so that when I paint him, it won't be too hard to get the gold to show up. He's got his little back detail, his little head detail there for his head. A little bolt on his neck. His arms are all stiff and R2-D2 here. Now, you might be wondering what the clear plastic is. The clear plastic is simply the soft versions of these bases that I've cut up and glued together. You can see here, R2-D2. His little head can swivel back and forth. He's got his little tripod legs set up there. It's fairly cute. Once again, comparison of size. He's pretty short compared to the other Minimates. He's actually shorter by a little bit than Yoda. Which isn't a big deal. I mean, it's close enough to the movie. As close as you can get with Minimates, really. I really couldn't ask for much more. I come over here to the only bounty hunter that I currently have. But I'm actually kind of proud of him. IG-88. He is one bad bounty hunter if you know his storyline. Got his sensors all going there. Got some hooks on his chassis. His cylindrical shoulders. Pistons worked in. I used arms for legs, which made me have to do a special sculpt for the feet. But you can see how that's IG-88. And when you compare him to the Wookiee, he's just slightly taller in the head. About the same height in the shoulders, just taller in the head. Fairly close. He's much larger than the average human. So that's not bad. Pretty darn good, pretty darn close. Instead of his rifles, he's got a shotgun and a handgun. But that's alright, that's not bad. Then we come over here. Now, the Emperor here, he's still got some sculpt work I need to do to get his robes down. You can see he's got he's got the hood. He doesn't have a face yet. He's got a little lightsaber going on in his hand. Comes out of there fairly easily, but he grips on pretty easily too. He'll stay in there pretty good. You can actually use these whips here from the Iron Man Whiplash. Put those in his hand and have him attack Luke with his lightning bolts there. Luke is, of course, unable to fight back. The chair here, you can see the pieces I used to make the chair. Still needs some sculpt work before it gets its paint done, but it's not bad. It's got a lot of this shape you want to the Emperor's chair. And now back to this bad guy, Darth Vader. See him here, his lightsaber out. There's no control boxes there off to the sides and on his chest. He needs a lot of paint work to get him looking perfect. But you can see the translation of Vader to Minimate fairly easily. It used to be a SWAT helmet and an Iron Man helmet, and a lot of razor and glue work later and I've got my Vader helmet. You see the yellow in there, that was the Iron Man, some yellow and red. And that needs some paint job. You can see the movie quality to that. Even when his helmet's removed, his respirator stays on in place and moves with his head. Luke, I want to see you with my own eyes. Epic.